Nichole, you there? You there, Nichole? Oh man, Nichole got me doing a live when I wasn't planning on doing no live. Nichole, you there, baby? Let me know if you can. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if I can reach you. when y'all do a reading, when you sign up for a reading, especially an emailed reading, you gotta make sure that the email is correct. Because Nichole, you did not put the right email. I done did your reading, I done typed everything out, and I just emailed it to you, and it came back saying that it's the wrong email. I don't know. Normally, it's like common problems where some people, instead of putting like .com, they were in a rush, and it's just like .co. And so I look for common things like that I can change it. But that part was right. It did say gmail.com, and so I don't know what it is you did wrong. I don't know if because this I think is your like first name, last name, and then it's like 8888. I didn't know if I was supposed to take like one of the eights out or what. But baby, you gave me the wrong email. How can I email you your reading if you gave me the wrong email? And now this is the only way I know to get in contact with you is by doing a live, hoping that I get your attention. But you paid for a reading, and girl, you didn't give me the right email address. And you have a very interesting reading, by the way. So, I'm like, Nichole, it's like, come on, you gave me the wrong email. I'm gonna do your reading on live, because it's interesting. It's very interesting. And even in the even in the thing, I was like, man, I'm gonna take a picture of this because I'm like, it's very interesting. I've never had a reading like this where instantly when I looked at this, I'm like, okay, you guys gotta be a mutable sign, or both of you are cusp. And I've never, seen that in a reading before where I'm like, this, you and the person that you are supposed to, you and the person that this reading is picking up on, both of you have um energies that morph, where it's like both of you have these energies that are just keep morphing. It's keep it's very it's kind of like both of you are shapeshifters. If I can say, to try to make sense, both of you are shapeshifters. And it's like you're shifting at the wrong time, and that's the dilemma in this connection, where it's very, very interesting. And so I'm gonna get into it. Hopefully you see the live and you like, oh, he did do my reading. Because you know I don't think you can email me back and say, hey, I didn't get my reading, because the email didn't go to you because you put the wrong email in, girl. You done put the wrong email in there. Baby, how can you get your reading with the wrong email? So, try to reach me by email so that I can send you your reading. And so email me, and my email is rashadking 285 at gmail.com. Oh, please, everybody else don't email me, just Nichole. I don't need no more email. I'm in HR, and I oversee 60 stores. I want to say I read on average about 200 and some emails a day. I don't want any if you're not a client, I'm not trying to hear it. And that's typically how people get my email, is by being a client, is by signing up for readings and stuff. But it's like, if you're not a client, do not bother me. I have enough emails. All I want is to speak to my clients. But Nichole, baby, you gotta, you got me out here doing the live because I can't give you your reading. I don't know what's wrong with your email to fix it in order to give you your reading. And so now I'm just gonna put it out here. That's why, I titled this Nichole, you there. Because girl, baby, you gotta see this. You gotta get your reading. You paid for it. So shit, get your reading. It's very detailed. It's a lot of information in there, and I'm gonna go over it here too, for in case you say, fuck it, I just want to hear it then. Very interesting. One of the things that one of the things that I was looking at in this reading, which is very clear in this reading, is that you have the Queen of Pentacles and you have the King of Pentacles. Whenever you have a pairing like this, it lets you know that this is a twin flame. This is a twin flame connection. And so, but the interesting thing of this is that you also have the King of Swords and you have the Queen of Swords. And so, with both of these being present, and look at how these two are right by each other, but these two are distant from each other. Both of you are morphing and shape shifting in the wrong energy. Where, don't get me wrong, the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords is really good energy, but your core energy of what you're supposed to be in order for this connection to be good, healthy, and prosperous, you both must be in the King and Queen of Pentacles. This is how this connection is going to work, because this is a connection where you guys are equally yoked, but you don't feel that it's equally yoked, because when this person is in the King of Swords energy, you're in the Queen. You're in the Queen of Pentacles. When this person finally make it to the King of Pentacle energy that matches you divinely, you become the Queen of Swords. And so, with this alone, it's like you guys are both mutable signs, which your mutable signs is Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and Sagittarius. They are constantly shifting, shape shifting, and going into different energy. And that is why they are mutable signs, is because of their constant shifting. But if you are not a mutable sign, that means that both of you are cusp, which means your birthday fall near the next sign. Like you're a Gemini Cancer cusp, because you're so near to the Cancer sign, where this is someone that's either a cusp or this is someone that is a mutable sign. And so, that is one of the things that I wanted to point out, is just the layup of this read of how the cards fell down. How it fell down in and of itself is a message. It's letting me know that the core of this relationship, the foundation of this relationship, it must be the King and Queen of Pentacles. This is a good teachable moment, because I say this all the time, this position right here for everybody, not just Nichole, this is the overall energy. The overall energy, it tells us the main story of what every other thing on this board is getting ready to talk about. The overall energy is the introduction. This is the paragraph that you read on the back of the book that tells you what the book is about. And so your overall energy is going to paint the story. This is the crossing energy. The crossing energy is going to influence the overall energy, or it is going to cross out the overall energy. Next is the crowning energy. The crowning energy is the position of what you need to do immediately in order to solve the problem. The crowning energy is the present energy of what is actually going on in this present moment. And the crowning energy, it gives you direction. Last is the challenge position. The challenge position is the challenge that is being faced in this connection. This is saying that it may or may not happen depending on the moves that you make. And then we have the card at the bottom of the deck, which is what you don't see coming. And so, oh, well, let me turn it back around while we have a teachable moment. Now since we kind of understand the layout of the cards, now let's see how the cards are divinely connected. The overall energy and the crowning energy, they are always divinely connected. As if you notice in every reading, they flow effortlessly. What is being said in the overall energy, it mimics and mirror what is being said in the crowning energy, and is vice versa. What is being seen in the crossing energy, you also see the same thing in the challenge position. These two are divinely connected, just like these two are divinely connected. And so when you first look at it, you look at everything separately. But then once you look at everything separately, that's when you start looking at how they are divinely connected, because then it tells a story as well. Because look at how the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, they fell right by each other, which means this is the energy that you are supposed to be in. And when you look at how it fell in the reading, when you look at this whole entire thing, this is the heart of the reading. This is the middle of the reading. And the heart of the reading, it took the energy from the overall energy and the energy from the crowning energy. And it is saying, this is where we need to be. This is the goal for this relationship, is to get back to the heart of the matter. And the heart of the matter is you both must become the King and Queen of Pentacles. But you guys are messing this up, because when you are in the Queen of Pentacles, this person is in the King of Swords. When this person finally make it to the King of Pentacles, you become the Queen of Swords. These are people that morph and shapeshift, and you're doing it at the wrong time. You're doing it at the wrong time, because let's go into this reading now, Nichole. This is for you, girl, because I cannot find your you gave me the wrong email. So this is the best that I can do, is put it on my channel and say, hey, this is your reading. If you want me to email you your reading as well, I can email it to the right address, because I already emailed it to the wrong address that you gave me. So let's get into this reading. And you know what? Some of these names are very dual. I'm saying, girl, but in a way, you could be a guy. So let's get that correct as well, because I met a male Ashley. So sometimes the name don't give the gender away. So whatever you are, whether it's male or female, this is your reading. If someone else connects with the energy, then you connect with the energy, because at the end of the day, we are all divinely connected to one another. That, sometimes you can put a personal reading out there and 80 other people are saying, that is my exact same situation. Well, baby, that's how energy works. So this is directed towards Nichole, but if it applies to someone else, then take what resonate, leave the rest of the shit for a teachable moment, or just taking in the education that you get from these readings. We don't have to leave comments saying, not my reading. Well, we know that. We know this is Nichole reading. So let's start there. So only take what resonate. Leave the other stuff for the person that is intended for. So Nichole, let's get into your reading, and if you want your email copy of the reading, which is very detailed, and I took the time to type all of that shit out, let me know. Email me so that I can email you your reading. But in the meantime, this is going to have to survive, because I have no way of getting in contact with you. This is my best way of getting your attention, is by doing a video. So somebody, I think somebody just asked that. I'm not reading comments, guys. I'm trying not to read comments. I'm trying to focus. Do you feel energy? Yes, I'm an empath. I feel a lot of energy whenever I'm doing readings. That I can feel the energy that person is in, their emotions. I started as an empath. That was the very first gift that I operated in, and I hated it because I wasn't able to control it, because I was always around people and my moods would constantly change. It felt like I was bipolar. And so I learned how to control that energy of an empath and put it through the channel of, now I only access that through cards. I don't want to go around being an emotional absorber of getting everybody emotions. I hated that shit. And so now I do a lot of things to protect myself, that I only access that gift when I want to, and it don't activate itself when I'm out in public, and now I'm feeling all of these emotions, and I don't know what to do. So, you definitely have the power to control your emotions, or to control your gifts and put it in the way that you desire. A lot of people like to downplay tarot cards, and they just like, oh, you're just a tarot card reader. Baby, I love channeling through tarot cards, because this is something that I can control, and I can say, I only want to go into this when I pick up these cards. Spirits, mind your fucking business and have boundaries, and don't give me things when these cards are not picked up. You control your spirits, not the other way around. You can tell your spirits how you want to communicate with them. You can give them boundaries and everything else. It's not the other way around. And so, as you develop your relationship with Igun, spirit guides, and ancestors, you can let them know the boundaries that you set, and you will see that these spirits will follow those boundaries. So it's like, that was a long, drawn out answer. That's why I don't like to look at comments, because I'm a Gemini and I got to overly explain things. But at the end of the day, is yes, I can feel the energy, but I try to control it. I try to control it to the best of my ability. All right, let's get into this reading, Nichole. You start off as a very beautiful energy as the Queen of Pentacles. The one thing that I love about the Queen of Pentacles, out of all of the other queens, the Queen of Pentacles is practical. This is someone that is not overly emotional. This is someone that is not overly spiritual. This is someone that is not overly thinking in their mind like the Queen of Swords. This is someone that is very practical, down to earth. And that's why when you get with the Queen of Pentacles energy, this feels like a friend. This feels like you have married your best friend. You are dating your best friend. This is someone that gives you safety and security. That this is the person that, even though the Queen of Swords is Big Mama, and a lot of people like to rely on Big Mama, the Queen of Pentacles is just as powerful, because the Queen of Pentacles is, I can lay my burdens down, and I trust that you won't tell anybody else. The Queen of Pentacles is very grounded. She is more grounded than any of the other queens. The only person that can match her energy is the Empress, because the Empress is the representation of all of the queens. But the Queen of Pentacles, the one thing that she has over all of the other queens is, this is someone that is very grounded. This is someone that is very down to earth. This is someone that can meet you on your level. That when you talk to this person, they're not going to over explain in a way that's going to go over your head. This is someone that will bring it down to your level and say, let me explain this to you, baby. This is what I mean. The Queen of Pentacles is a natural healer. This is someone that is a natural provider. This is someone that will give you the shirt off of their back and everything else. The Queen of Pentacles is also represented as a very stable parent. And so you are being seen as the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a very powerful energy. This is someone that is able to bring practicality into a situation where when problems arise, you meet in the middle ground, that there is always a win-win situation, and you don't overly do it where it becomes a win-lose situation. So you are being seen as a very powerful light, is being seen as the Queen of Pentacles. And so it's like, come on, Nichole, stay in your energy, girl. Stay in that God-given energy. There we go, baby. You know, I'm loving your energy already. I love being in your energy. We have, as the clarifier, we have the King of Swords. Now, the one thing that I want to highlight is that when I talk about, even when you get the email, you know, I'm keep saying that you guys need to get out of the swords energy and you need to get into the pentacle energy. When I say that, that's because that is your natural energy. That is what the cards are saying, that this is your natural energy and this is the most healthiest energy for you. But it's not denoting the energy of the King of Swords, because the King of Swords is my energy. The King of Swords is Gemini. The King of Swords ruled the mind. This is someone that's very intelligent. This is someone that's very sharp. This is someone that possesses power and authority, that they know what it is that they want and they go after it. But the King of Pentacles can be someone that is very harsh. This is someone that can tell you something without thinking about, this is someone that can tell you something without thinking about how it's going to truly affect you. Sometimes you can have some people that are so intelligent that they're doing a good job at communicating and conveying what is on their mind, but they suck at common sense. Where it's like, yes, what you're communicating is truth, but you don't have enough common sense to sprinkle a little sugar on this so that it can be taken well. It's not saying that you need to lie. It's not saying that you don't need to say what is on your mind, but it's like, motherfucker, can we not read the room? Can we not see that this bitch just got off work and she not trying to hear this shit? You know, it's like, can we not read the room? This is not the time to argue. This is not the time to fight. This is not the time to bring up a whole goddamn lecture. And so this is, and you know, the one thing about it is that I tell people all the time, everybody want to be a twin flame. Not everybody is a twin flame. And if you are not a twin flame, count yourself lucky and blessed. Even though a twin flame is a divine connection, it is one of the most toxic connections because they mirror each other. Because look at how they mirror each other in this reading. Nichole starts off as the Queen of Pentacles. She starts off as the Queen of Pentacles, but now she's dealing with this nigga that is being in the energy of the King of Swords. And so what does she do in order to survive? She mirrors his energy. And then what do he do in order to survive? He mirrors her energy. And it's like, okay, congratulations, but this is an imbalance. It's like you're mirroring each other energies at the wrong time. It's like at the end of the day, you keep being opposites when you are divine counterparts, but you keep being opposites of each other. And that is the toxic energy of a twin flame. When do we transform? When do we morph? When do we shapeshift? But Nichole, you are definitely in an energy of a twin flame, because that is a twin flame that when your partner is keep doing something that you don't like, you morph into their energy in order to teach them a lesson. And it's like, well, now how do you like it when I'm blunt to you? How do you like it when I tell you, when I bring up problems to you when you just got off a 12-hour shift? How do you like it now? Where twin flames, they morph into their partners in order to teach them a lesson. Where instead of saying, pick up your clothes, now this is somebody, when they get off, they're throwing their panties on the floor. And the person is like, ugh, you got these panties on the floor? And it's like, well, what do you think that I think when you have your boxers on the floor and they got a doo-doo stain in them? What do you think that I feel? And so that is a twin flame. A twin flame, it mirrors the behavior where it's saying, I've been telling you for the longest that this is not acceptable, but you're still doing it. So now I have to become you in order for you to understand what I truly feel. And that is why they're so toxic. Twin flames is toxic as fuck because they mirror each other, and not everybody knows how to handle a mirroring connection. A mirroring connection is not like your standard connection that in order to try to change the person, you must keep confronting them. With a mirroring connection, because you are like identical twins, you are one egg. In order to change the other person, you must change yourself. And the more that you change yourself, you change the other person. But a lot of people don't get that about a twin flame, and they constantly think that in order to change their twin, they must keep attacking them. They must keep correcting them. They must keep yelling at them. And now, instead of that person feeling like this is a twin flame connection, they see you as their mother. They see you as their father. And that is not the purpose of this connection. The purpose of a twin flame connection is not for one to be higher than the other. This is not what the church have taught you. It's not for a man to be higher than a woman or the divine masculine to be higher than the divine feminine. The purpose of this connection is that you become one and you are equal counterparts. There is no hierarchy in this connection. There is nobody that is higher than the other person. You are merging as one and you operate as one. You think as one. And the more deeper that you go in this twin flame connection, you will start seeing that people will start saying that you look alike. People will start saying that you sound alike because you literally become one in every aspect. You become one physically. You become one emotionally. You become one spiritually. You become one financially. You become one in every aspect. And that is the reason why a lot of people don't get to see the fullness of a twin flame, because in order to become one, you must surrender yourself. And a lot of people is not trying to surrender. They're not trying to surrender to this connection of saying that I'm ready to be that level of being vulnerable. And at some part in this, they tend to fight back. Because the more you become one, you become synced in your mind. You become a psychic connection that this person, you have sharp intuition on both sides. That you know without a shadow of a doubt, without going through this person's phone or anything, when this person is going to cheat. You know what they are thinking. You know their intentions because you become that deep in a twin flame connection. The whole purpose is for you to merge as one. And each layer, each pulling back of the skin that merge you further and further together, it makes you one. It makes you sync. That you will start finishing your partner's sentences because you are that sync with one another. That as this person start craving what it is that they want to eat for dinner, you get the sensations. That is how deep a twin flame connection can go. But it's only if you both surrender to this connection. Twin flames are deep, but I see them as toxic as fuck. But it's very deep and beautiful when you see people use the connection for what it was intended for. When people use the connection for what it's intended for, oh, it is beautiful. It is beautiful watching a true twin flame that have made it through every level and they are finally synced with one another. Because you start moving for your partner without even speaking. Without the person saying what they want for breakfast, you already made it because it's like, babe, come on. I already know you want biscuit and gravy and a coffee. You know, three sugars, 2 creams. You become that sync with one another. And it's beautiful when you see it. But at the end of the day, when you do see that connection, just know that they had years of hell in order to get to that connection. Because twin flames are toxic as fuck. Nobody is going to change my mind on that. I'm going to say it every video. I don't care if you fucking like it or not. Twin flames are toxic as fuck. It takes a while for them to get healthy. Baby, it takes a while. It's so many challenges. From the beginning, there are challenges because normally with your twin flame, it's always an age difference. It's always a location challenge that one person will be staying here, the other person will be staying there. It's so many goddamn challenges. And it's like, why? Why do a spiritual union bring this many damn challenges? It's not a regular connection. And you just kind of like, fuck it. And when a twin flame connection depart, the person that is responsible for that departure, they go through hell. They start yearning for the person in ways that they have never yearned for anybody else. And they will swear up and down that they are under a spell. They will swear up and down that somebody did a binding spell. Baby, that binding spell was put together before your birth. If you are a true twin flame, you cannot get away from a twin flame. Nobody can undo the connection of a twin flame. This is a divine connection. And so the person that is responsible for the departure, they start yearning for the other person. But the crazy fucking thing about it, thanks for the tip. I'm always trying to teach. The crazy fucking thing about it is that even though that is their punishment for messing up this connection that the universe has put together, the other person feel it too because you mirror each other. So when this motherfucker is in pain for making this connection go astray, the other person that didn't do shit, they gotta go through it too. You feel the depression that they're in. You feel the anxiety and the sadness that they're in. Baby, a twin flame is too goddamn toxic for me. I'm just like, why is this a thing, universe? Why is this a thing? Why do we need this shit? Why was this stuff put in place? Because it's like, this is, twin flames is a toxic fucking connection. Is very toxic to me because, we are in these connections without anybody teaching us how to operate in them. And it's like, it's the same way with our gifts. Where it's like, spirit, God, whatever you believe in, Jesus, Muhammad, Ifa. Why is it that you give us these gifts and you give us no instruction manual on how to control these gifts or how to use these gifts? And we end up using these gifts sometimes in the wrong way and not even knowing that we're operating in a gift doing some evil ass shit. Oh man, I'm like, give me an instruction manual. If the Bible was really an instruction manual, I would have stayed Christian because it's like, at least we got something to read on what it is that we need to do. But even with the Bible is a very strong spell book, when it comes to a lot of stuff. It gives you some guidance, but it's not an instruction manual. It still leaves us on our own to figure half of this shit out on our own. And then we're not united as a body like we're supposed to, that majority of us don't even fuck with each other, that we don't pass on shared knowledge. Especially Melanie. Y'all know us niggas, we do not be getting along. We do not be getting along. We like, nah, motherfucker, I had to take 15 years to figure it out. You take 15 years too. Oh, let me get back on Nichole reading. Because now I'm going to start talking about the Black community problem. Because we have so many problems within our community. And it's for that very fact that we don't work with each other. That we don't pass down secrets. That we don't say, baby, I went through hell when I was an empath, absorbing everybody's energy. And the way that I learned how to control it is by wearing clear quartz and by wearing turquoise. Those are the two that you need if you are an empath, that you want to stop the absorption of everybody else's emotional trash. That it's like, I'm not a walking dumpster. Don't dump that shit over here. It's like, baby, I'm not a dumpster. I don't want your emotional baggage. And it's like, in order to control it, you should be wearing clear quartz. You should be wearing turquoise. And you should be cleansing yourself more often than the other ones, than the other people. There are certain gifts that you should be cleansing yourself like crazy because you absorb. Any gift that has the ability to absorb, you must cleanse yourself often. You cannot get away with cleansing yourself once a month. You must cleanse yourself once a week. Some of you need to cleanse yourself twice a week or every single day because you're working with clients now, because you have learned how to use your gift. You've learned how to cultivate it. The more you use it, the more you cleanse. Even like, your so-called prophets and your seers, you're constantly looking into the spiritual realm and grabbing things. Are you cleansing yourself when you come from that realm? Don't just lay in the bed and put all types of spirits and stuff in your bed. Cleanse. And some of this stuff is easy stuff. Some of it is easy. Before you go in, take some Florida water. Easy and simple. Once you come out, take some Florida water. Once again. Easy and simple. Easy and simple, baby. It's easy and simple. Get you some sage. Sage that shit. It's easy and simple. When we say a cleanse is not always every single fucking time you're doing a spiritual bath. I'll give you a tip of some of the things that I do because I don't want to be stuck doing spiritual baths all the time. I will put my herbs in here. I will put my herbs in the Florida water and let it marinate in there. So now as I'm cleansing myself with the Florida water, I'm good. I'm good. Keep you some anointing oil that you're hitting that third eye. Once you go in, once you come out. Cleansings is very important. Oh no, did she spell her name a different way? No, unless that is the Nichole, but is all I got to do is take the H out. I don't know, but you know who you are, girl. You done signed up for this reading and you gave me the wrong email, so we just doing it like this, And once you give me that right email, I'll email you that thing. But we finna get up in this reading, and so let's get back on topic. I'm trying to remember where I stopped. I got it now. Gemini's, boy, our minds be everywhere, but it makes sense to us. So if it don't make sense to you, Just tell me, like, slow down, you know, let me marinate in this. But we move very fast. We are the element of wind. And so normally when a Gemini talk to a Gemini, we understand each other. Geminis, Libra, and Aquarius, we can talk as fast as fuck, be everywhere, and we like putting the puzzles together. It's like, nah, keep going, nigga. I got it. I got it. I know exactly what you mean. But for other people that are not, as connected with the mind like we are, sometimes people are like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, where did we start? Where did we end? Where is the middle? Baby, with a Gemini, you got to keep up. But Geminis are very good teachers because we always strive to know a lot. That's the one thing we pride ourselves on, is our intelligence. And so we try to be the masters of as many things as we can. Geminis are very great teachers, and we love to communicate. And because of that, we teach. And so, Geminis are the best. I mean, hey, other signs are, and you are the best to you, but Geminis are the best. Even though everybody talks shit about us. Everybody talks shit about a Gemini. Y'all be acting like a nigga ain't just. I'm like, damn, the shit that y'all be talking about a damn Gemini. Y'all be acting like we a fucking Pisces. Pisces are the crazy ones. Aries is the crazy ones. No. Let me stop before I start a zodiac sign war in the damn comments. Because I'll get in it. I'll get in it, and we can fight all night about some zodiac signs, because I'll tell you the ones that's crazy as shit. No, we can go there. I'm just putting it out there. Pisces and Aries. That's just my list for now, but I got more. All right, let's chill out. I'm sorry, Pisces. I'm sorry, Aries. We all family. But y'all are two different types of crazies. We'll get into it after this reading. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles is the energy that you were in, Nichole. You were in some really good energy. Queen of Pentacles, you got your shit together. You're very practical, very down to earth. The other person is being seen as someone very intelligent, like to talk, but the thing in here is that they can be too blunt with the things that they are saying, and this is the thing that can be causing harm within this relationship. You have it paired with the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is there is a decision that needs to be made, but the Two of Swords is also the card for a stalemate, that this is the thing that is slowing down this relationship, and that's why this thing could have came to an end. We have in the crossing position, we start with the Eight of Cups. And this is all about a strong abandonment, withdrawal, or this is actually the Seven of Cups, and withdrawal. And so there was a departure here. There was a breakup here. This is somebody feeling like they're out in the cold. And the one thing about this crossing energy, it don't miss. This is a lot of emotional pain. A lot of emotional pain that this person is in. You have representing as the cups, you got the swords with the Three of Swords, and you got the Nine of Swords. Talking about anxiety, talking about not being able to sleep at night, heartbreak and separation, abandonment and disappointment. This will represent as someone having panic attacks. This is someone that could be having high blood pressure. This is someone that can be clinically depressed or is going through a lot of anxiety. This can manifest in a lot of different health issues where this person is feeling the pain. They are feeling the energy of what they have done. But you do have as the clarifier, the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is representing as a strong spiritual fire that is coming to consume all of this stuff up. And the Eight of Wands is all about fast acting energy. It's very rapid. And so sometimes we don't feel the rapidness of it because it's so much depression, it's so much anxiety. But at the end of the day, the Eight of Wands is here to remove and separate all of this heavy energy in order for this connection to come back together. Very beautiful. I love the crossing energy. It's a lot of heavy energy, but with the clarifier being the Eight of Wands, it makes it beautiful because it's saying that this person is going to come out of this. The one thing that is very significant in this reading, in the crowning energy, you have the you have the Four of Cups, not Wands, and you have the Seven of Pentacles. You know, the first thing I want to show you before getting into the meaning of this card, and this is, a teachable moment for everybody, is that, when you are just simply doing tarot card readings just to do tarot card readings, you only go off the meaning of the card. But when you learn how to channel and you start connecting with Igun, spirit guides, and ancestors, as you are doing the reading, they will start showing you things where it's like, look at the layout, look at this and look at that. And you start following all of these different things in order to get even more messages, more than what the cards themselves can give you based off their meaning alone. And so one of the things that, Spirit was saying is that look at both of these cards. You have the Four of Cups, where there is a cloud that is giving this man a cup. And then you have the Seven of Pentacles, that one of the pentacles fell off and rolled underneath this person's leg. Both of these cards are saying that this person's spirit team is giving them the things that they need in order to get through this. This is someone that is not alone. This is someone that they are being guided, and they are being given the tools that they need in order to get through this. And that is going to be the thing that causes this big transformation in this person to have them transform into the King of Pentacles. Very beautiful. Now we can get into the actual meaning of the cards. When we look at the Four of Cups is depression. And when you look at the Four of Cups, you see that Three of the Cups is upright. Whenever you see Three Cups that is upright, that is the representation of the Three of Cups, which is joy, celebration. This is fulfillment. And so with the Three Cups being upright and this person is still not fucking happy, it's saying that things could be going right in this person's life, but they're still depressed because they don't have the one thing that is fulfilling them, which means that everything else in their world, this is something that's not fulfilling them. And you're going to see a very significant shift within these next two positions, where you have this person in the crowning energy in the Four of Cups, and then you have them in the challenge position as the Five of Cups. And notice how in both of these cards, you have the Three of Cups present. And one, you have the Three of Cups upright, and the other one, you have the Three of Cups spilled over. When the Three of Cups is upright and this person is still behind, this means that there are things in this person's life that they're trying to use in order to bring fulfillment. Whether this is someone having random sex with people, whether this is someone that is trying to go out and enjoy themselves, going to the movies, going to comedy shows. But it's like no matter what cup they use, they're still depressed. They're still down. They're still not being fulfilled. And so this is someone that is eating and saying, but I'm not satisfied. None of this stuff hit. This is someone that is going out with friends and everything else. And at the end of the day, they still get in their bed and they say that I'm depressed. And it's like as if they just didn't have a good day. And so this is someone that even though they have things set up in their life in order to give them happiness, and you may be seeing this on their social media and all of this other stuff, it's still saying that this person is not happy because they don't have the cup that they truly want. Because of that, we get into the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is all about its long-term view. The Seven of Pentacles is not, how do I win this person back? The Seven of Pentacles is not how do I get a nut. The Seven of Pentacles is all about long-term view. It's not about the moment. The Seven of Pentacles, it says, how do I make this last? How do I keep this person for the next 20 years? How do I keep this person interested? How do I keep this person engaged? How do I keep this person to see me as the one and not all of these other distractions that may be more beautiful than me, that may have more money than me, that can probably provide you a better sense of security? That is what the Seven of Pentacles is. The Seven of Pentacles is, how do I make this long term and not just give you something that just sustains for the moment? So the Seven of Pentacles is a very good card, especially in a love reading, because this is somebody that is going beyond the present, that they're thinking about the future. And so with this card, this is someone that is saying, how do I win you back? Not just how do I win you back, but how do I keep you? And so with that pentacle rolling in between that person's leg, it's saying that their spirit team is telling them, well, this is how you get security. Is follow my lead. And if you listen to my guidance, I will show you, where it is, what it is that you need to do, what it is that you need to say in order to bring this thing back together. And clearly, this is somebody that may end up listening to this guidance, because now the very pinnacle that rolled away is the very pinnacle that is in the hands of the King of Pentacles. So this is someone that is going to take the advice of their spiritual team. This is someone that's going to take that advice. And once they take that advice, this is someone that's going to transform into the King of Pentacles. And so now we see in a challenge position, we start with the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups, once again, we have the Three of Cups here, but the Three of Cups is spilled over. And so when the Three of Cups is in the upright, this is someone that has happiness and joy, but they're not being satisfied. And the Five of Cups, the Three of Cups is spilled over, and this is someone saying, fuck it. No more fucking sex, because none of these bitches are satisfying me. No more food, because no matter how much I eat, I'm not full, I'm not satisfied, I'm not pleased. And so the Five of Cups is full-blown regret, where now it's the refusal of taking something else to use as a distraction. It's the refusal of bringing something else in order to mend the pain, in order to bring in a substitute. This is someone that is saying, fuck it, you are not the real deal. And because you are not the real deal, it's time for me to go back. When you look at the Five of Cups, the only cups that is upright is two. And whenever you see the Two of Cups, the Two of Cups is union. But the significant thing about the Five of Cups is that the Two of Cups is behind this person. And so the Five of Cups represent, this is someone focusing on what is spilled over. They're focused on what is not working instead of turning around and seeing what does work. This is someone that is not turning around to see that you have a union that you can go back to if you just transform into the energy that you need to in order for this thing to be balanced. And so when you're in the Five of Cups energy, you stay in regret until you learn how to turn around. And it's saying, stop focusing on what didn't go right. Stop focusing on what spilled over. Because when you look at the card, the person is looking towards what is spilled over. Stop looking at what is spilled over and turn your nasty doo-doo ass around and look at what was working. And when you look at what was working, you will end up going back to the Queen of Pentacles. That doo-doo ass got to turn around. Now let's look at the clarifier. The clarifier is the Hangman. The Hangman is all about a new perspective. And so we like the Hangman because it's a new perspective, it's alignment that is coming in, but that alignment only comes through trials and tribulations and so many storms. You know, one of the things that I really loved was Kendrick Lamar performance, where, you know, when you looked at, you know, the person that was on the light pole, they were the representation of the hangman. And so as you followed the symbolism and all of the spirituality inside of Kendrick Lamar performance, you start to see some of the energy that came from the tarot cards. That was the representation of the tarot card. And so the moment that you seen the hangman and this person got alignment, you also seen the struggle throughout the rest of the performance. And so the hangman is alignment, but it's through struggle. Because in order for you to get this alignment, your life had to be flipped upside down. Blood is now rushing to your brain. And it is the rushing of that blood that made you say, oh, that is the thing that I was supposed to do. That is the thing that I did wrong. This is the turn that I need to make. And so the hangman is all about alignment, but is alignment through struggle. It is alignment through pain, because this energy is very similar to the Tower card, but instead of chaos being the thing that is driving it, it's your life literally being flipped upside down in order for you to get this alignment. And so this person is going to get alignment. And once they get alignment, this is someone that's coming back to you. But the interesting thing is that once this person comes back to you, you are now transforming into the energy of the Queen of Swords, which is not a match, because this person is coming back in the energy of the King of Pentacles. They're coming in. This is a grounded energy. Now, if they would have came back as the King of Swords and you, the Queen of Swords, okay, y'all are a match. Y'all finna be fine. Neither one of these motherfuckers play. The Queen of Swords is seen as Oya. And so neither one of these motherfuckers play. Y'all finna be fighting back and forth. Y'all finna be arguing like a motherfucker. Everybody is gonna be recording y'all saying, look at how toxic this couple is. Like, you know, it's gonna be a scene. And it's like, man, did you see her bust the windows out his car? Like, and then he got on top of the car and was like, you ran me over. Like, this is a sight to see. This is what you want to see. So, but, you know, right under the Queen of Swords, you have the Six of Swords. And so this comes as it's telling you to be very careful. Because it's saying that if you stay in this harsh energy of the Queen of Swords, you're going to risk this person running away. You're going to risk this person leaving. And it's like, I'm not telling you to mend your pain of what it is that you went through. I'm not telling you that forget about all the things that this person did to you. But just like this person has learned through their life being flipped upside down that there is a way to talk to you, you must learn the same lesson, that there is a way to talk to them. There is a way to get your point across without being cold-hearted. There is a way to get your point across without hitting below the belt. And both the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, both of them are willing to hit below the belt. They will say what they need to say and do what they need to do in order to get their point across. And this is going to be a house that the police is always going to be called. DCS is always going to be over that house protecting those kids, because they are collateral damage in the middle of two strong energies always fighting each other. And so the healthiest thing for this connection is the grounding energy of the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. In order for this to survive, you both must stay in this energy. This is very grounded energy. Um, you got to stay in this grounded energy. You got to get out of your mind and you must become grounded. These are people that need to work on their root chakras. You need to ground yourself so that you can handle what's getting ready to come. Because what's getting ready to come cannot be dealt with in the energy of the Queen of Swords. And I'm not saying that that energy is negative, because sometimes you got to be a bitch. Sometimes you got to. You know, these managers and stuff like that thinking you a punk at work. Sometimes you got to go into the energy of the Queen of Swords and you got to say, no, what did you say, bitch? You thought I wasn't going to do what? Now I'm going to cuss you out professionally and then I'm going to do an EEOC case on you. Like, sometimes you got to be a bitch. Sometimes you got to go into the energy of the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is cutthroat, heartless. It's, baby, I'm finna make a move and I don't care that you said I was your best friend yesterday. That's the Queen of Swords. Both the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, they are bitches. Like, it feels as if they don't have a heart. When they make a move, they make a move. They make an imprint. You feel the sword going through. You feel that long ass sword. You can tell everybody how long that sword was when you got cut by the King and Queen of Swords. You know how many inches went in. They don't play. They don't play. And that energy is good for certain circumstances. And that is why now, you know, specifically getting off your reading, Nichole, is just a teachable moment. That is why the best thing for all of us is to get into the energy of the Emperor and the Empress, because those are the true divine masculine and feminine. People can play around with the kings and stuff like that all day. To me, I'm like, y'all are fucking pages compared to the Emperor and the Empress. You know, and it's like, sometimes I will even say it, you know, divine masculine, divine feminine based on the kings, and the kings and queens. But at the end of the day, they're not shit compared to the Empress and the Emperor. They are the true divine masculine and divine feminine in the deck. And it's because they are the representation of true growth. They are the combination of all of the elements, that you have learned how to master things, that you have learned that when you go to work, you may need to be in the energy of the Queen of Swords in order to let these bitches know you are not to be played with, and you are going to put these boundaries down. And when they say that I'm supposed to leave at 5, motherfucker, I'm leaving at 5 because I need work-life balance, and you are not gonna overrun me. You are not gonna mess up my love life when I got somebody at home waiting for me, and I gotta be there for those nappy-headed kids. So it's like, yes, be in the energy of the Queen of Swords. But when you get home, you don't need to stay in that heavy crunk energy. We need to simmer it down. Maybe it's time for us to go into the energy of the Queen of Cups now. That when you go into the house, you're leaving the energy of that wind element of putting down the law, and now you're in loving mode. Hey kids, hey husband, hey wife, how was your day? It's time to go into loving mode. The one thing about the Queen of Cups is that she know how to bring people to her. And that's why when it comes to the Queen of Cups, this is the one that is most likely seen as the evangelist, because the Queen of Cups know how to draw people to her with her natural charm, with her natural grace. She automatically draws people to her. The Queen of Cups has an energy about her that no matter what you were going through throughout your day, she knows how to reel you in. And that's why this is the energy of Yemaya. This is the energy of Big Mama. That in the energy of the Queen of Cups, you know how to control your emotions, that you understand the anger that you're throwing towards me. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with your workday. It has everything to do with the family drama. It has everything to do with what our kids did at school. It has everything to do with all of these other things. And so what you're throwing at me, I'm not going to take it personal. I'm going to use my water and I'm going to transmute this energy. I'm going to use my water and I'm going to wash away all of this anger. I'm going to wash away all of this sorrow. I'm going to wash away all of this pain, and I'm going to transmute, and I'm going to take ownership of my home. I'm going to take possession of what belongs to me. That is the energy of the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups knows how to transmute. It's a very healing, calming water that is able to control. The Queen of Cups doesn't take things by force. She takes things by her feminine energy. That is how the Queen of Cups get what she needs. And maybe after all of that, it's time to go into the bedroom. It's time to, spice it up. It's time to, give that man another kid. And so you need to transform into the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is beautiful, seductive energy. This is the energy of Oshun. And so now it's time to get into that energy where it's like, look, this is why he put a ring on it. And so you go into that seductive energy in order to bring intimacy into your relationship, that it plays a huge part. Never underestimate intimacy. Intimacy is very important within a connection, and intimacy is beyond sex. It goes beyond sex. It's deeper than sex. It is the thing that truly brings you together in a relationship. And then finally, when it's time to put the kids to bed and it's time to read the bedtime story and stuff like that, you are going into the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, which is the energy of Oba, which was Chango's first wife. And that is the energy of being practical and truly being able to stabilize your home and to bring safety and security. And so the true goal here is not to be stuck in just one of these energies. It's to be the emperor and the empress so that you shift into these energies as you see fit and based on the circumstance and the situation. You shift into whatever energy that you need, because in every situation, you cannot be the Queen of Cups. People will play you as a fool every single time. In every situation, you cannot be the Queen of Wands, even though the Queen of Wands is bad, because the Queen of Wands can turn into a witch. Now, so, no, don't get the Queen of Wands fucked up. Because the Queen of Wands is Oshun in so many different ways. Because just like people underestimate Oshun, people underestimate the energy of the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands will put you under a spell in a heartbeat. In a witch reading, that is one of the clearest indicator that you are under witchcraft, is by having the Queen of Wands on the board. The Queen of Wands is a witch. The Queen of Wands will put you under a spell so fast. So be careful. Be careful taking advantage of that. Now, the flip sides of these energies can be, extremely dangerous. We talk about the good side all the time, but when these bitches are in reverse, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercies when these bitches are in reverse. The Queen of Wands will sleep with your brother and your daddy. Boy, when these energies are in reverse, these bitches are crazy. These bitches are crazy. Because the Queen of Wands will be like, I might not have the strength to beat you up when you've been beating my ass every single day, but I do got a pussy that can slide on your daddy dick, your brother dick, and your uncle dick in order to get back at you. So I might not have the strength to hit you back that it can knock you out like you knocked me out, but I'm finna do some spiteful ass shit that by the time you hear about what I did, it's gonna hit you so hard, it's probably gonna end up killing you and putting you in the grave. You're probably gonna end up having a massive heart attack once you find out everything this bitch done did. And so it's like, don't fuck with these bitches. Don't put them in reverse. Don't put them in reverse. You might not survive. You might be in the grave. You really might be in the grave. Do not put these people in reverse. They go crazy in reverse. Keep them in the upright. But Nichole, this was now after all of that we get back to Nichole. So Nichole, like we just didn't say what we said. So Nichole, this was a good reading. This was a good reading, man. I had to put it on a live. Normally, I never put anybody reading on a live, but baby, you did not give me the right email. Like, this is the only way I have to get in contact with you. And so, hit me up, baby. Give me the right address. I don't know if I should take one of the 8s out of your email and see if that works, but then I don't want to give your reading to the wrong person, and then they email me back like, what the fuck? So I need your correct email so that I can email you your reading, even though you can just listen to this and that's your fucking reading. But sometimes we still want to read because there's a lot of detailed information in there. I really took my time with this reading. I take my time with every reading, but this one was very interesting because I've seen things in this reading that I've never seen in any other reading. And so this one is very interesting because it shows both of you as shapeshifters. Both of you are, and that is true mirroring. This is a true mirroring relationship. So very, very interesting. I like these, very interesting readings where it's just kind of set apart from all the other readings. Because, sometimes when I do readings, they get kind of boring because it's kind of like the same story, even though it's different people, it's like the same story. But then, you have, energies like this where it's like, oh, this is interesting. Let me see what else happened. Shit. This one was very interesting. I love the interesting readings. But that's it, y'all. I mean, I guess that, that was the, I wasn't planning on doing no live today. I really wasn't. Let me make sure. Elijah. Let me make sure Elijah dressed, because Elijah one of those people where as soon as he get in the house, he just want to hurry up and strip down and just, he'll just get in his underwear, be on his bed playing his game. And I'm like, boy, put on some clothes. Put on some clothes, goddamn. I always got to remind that boy to put on some clothes. I'm like, but I mean, at the end of the day, you should feel comfortable in your own home. You should feel comfortable in your own home. But I'm like, Elijah. Elijah. Yes, come on, get dressed, because once I get done with this, we finna go out to eat. Okay. And put on the outfit you had on earlier. Don't be putting on no slouchy ass outfit. Put on the exact same one you went out when you were flirting with that girl. Don't put on no slouchy ass outfit now since you going out with me. So just like you impressed her, impress me. Don't switch up the energy, nigga. Because sometimes he try to play me. Sometimes he be trying to play me. It's like, don't play me. No, you can go flirt with these chicks out there. You can do better with me. Cause when it's with me, he be trying to put on anything. And I'll be like, no, go back in your room. That shit not matching. No, go back. It's like, Elijah, you got all of these goddamn shoes. Like, I provide for Elijah just like I provide for myself. Just like I got all of these different damn color pants, just like I got all of these fucking shirts. I got so many shirts and stuff like that some of them still got tags on there. I got, all of these different color shoes, like 40 some, pairs of shoes that I gotta have two closets and everything just to fit everything. Just like I do that for me, I have always done that with every last one of my kids. Every last one of the same brands that I wear is the same brands that they wear. I do not switch it up. And so they have no excuse to not look nice. And the kids know, certain things that I hate. Like, don't come with me with with gym attire. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. I told my nephew the other day, I was like, hey, I want to take you out, go to the arcade and stuff. And I'll tell the nigga quick, you better fucking dress up. I don't care if it's urban, it just better be nice. Don't be coming out here with no damn gym attire and stuff like that hanging around me. I want you to look nice. Present yourself well. Present yourself as a well black masculine male. Don't be coming, man. Don't be coming looking any kind of way. Cause I told him, I was like, when I get to the house, if you look in any kind of way, I'm gonna drive off and leave you. I'll go by my own fucking self. I'm gonna go by myself. All I was going out was for a drink, anyways. I'll go my fucking self. Don't be coming out looking any kind of way. I don't want no sagging. I don't need to see those pancakes back there. I want you to be decent. When you come out with me, I want you to look decent. I'm like that with every last one of them. When you come out with me, I want you to look decent. Don't be coming out the house looking any kind of way. So, hey, that's my rule. That's my rule. That's how I roll. If you don't like it, then you'll never be going nowhere with me. I mean, it's easy and simple. Let's not get mad. You just won't be going nowhere with me. So, I mean, let's just keep it simple. But I'm like, shit, you better look decent around here. Ain't that right, boy? Ain't that right? Even with you better look decent. I'm gonna kick your ass out too. Shit. All right, y'all. Well, I guess that's it for us. We finna go to I'm just going to Chili's. All I want is an amarella sour. And so I can get that anywhere. I can get that Chili's, Applebee's, Cheesecake Factory, all these places that sell drink. The arcade. That's what I like. That's my drink of choice. I love me. Oh, come here, boy. Elijah. Come get him because I don't want him to go to any of these altars and eat that food. Because then both of y'all gonna be offerings for Ogun.
Don't know how you get. My door is closed.
Don't let him eat that food. So yeah, put him back up there. It's too many offerings. So yeah, go ahead and start putting on your shoes.
You is not finna offer my dog, okay? This is my dog.
I said both of y'all. I was gonna get both of y'all to Ogun. To Ogun! Shit. Oh man. But come on, Elijah, start putting on your shoes and everything because I'm gonna end this pretty soon so that we can go eat.
Yeah.
So yep. So, yup, where did my shoes go? Elijah, did I put my black shoes up there? My black shoes. Because they're not by the door. They must be up in my room. Yeah, grab me my black shoes. Just the all black. I don't need it mixed with anything else. Just all black. I need a solid black to go to look right with this outfit. All right, y'all. We about to head out. We about to go eat. Shit, I'm hungry, and honestly, all I want is a drink. I'm gonna get my Amarella sour, and I'm gonna be good. That's all I fucking want. I'm gonna get me like 2 Amarella sours, not more than that, because I still got to drive Elijah home. So since Elijah got to get back safe, only 2. That's all I need. All right, y'all. Shoes. I don't want the boots. No. Yeah, shoes.
You said all black, so
Oh yeah. This is gonna be it. But yeah, that was a really really interesting read. I love 3 drinks to get that thing loose. Get it loose, baby. Get it loose, baby. Get it loose, baby. Get it loose. Get it loose. Yeah, because I never really I never push it. Once I get 2 drinks, it makes me cool and mellow. So so I'm good with that. All right, y'all. Elijah is actually Elijah no. So Elijah already know. Yeah, dress up with me.
I am the king.
I don't want you looking any kind of way. Dress up with me. All right, y'all. Well, I'm out. Nichole, this was for you, baby. This was for you, baby. It was all for you. It was all for you. All right, y'all. We out. We out. We out. We out. We out. We out. Hey.
You're not outside though.
We out. We out. We out. I'ma do my little dance. 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 Do your dance, boy, do your dance, boy, do your dance, boy, do your dance. Do your dance, boy, do your dance, boy, do your dance. I just be coming up with shit. Do your dance, boy, do your dance, boy, do your dance. Do your dance, boy, do your dance, boy, do your dance. I'ma do my little dance. Do your dance, boy, do your dance, boy. Do your dance, boy, do your dance, boy. Do your dance, boy, do your dance, boy. Do your dance, boy. I'ma do my little dance. All right, y'all. That's from my new album, Little Boy Drummer Boy. It'll be out in stores soon. Little Boy Drummer Boy. All right, y'all. I'm out.